Should men believe women or their potential partner that, when they say, oh, it's okay if you make less money than me?
I feel like this is like a multi-part answer. So I'll
Okay.
start with this.
There's no one answer.
Right.
Okay.
Baby, you don't know what you do to me. Between me and you, I feel a chemistry. I won't let no one come and take your place. Cause the love you give, it can't be replaced. There's no one else to do. That's why I'm in love with you. I wanna please you in any way I can. I wanna share my world.
Hey everybody, welcome back to our show, Dating and Marriage Perspectives with Amber and Karina. Karina and Amber, damn good to the last word. We are looking forward to talking with you about something pretty interesting. But before we get into it, please like, subscribe, and comment down below. We want to hear from you. We want you to be part of our community, and we just want you to spread the word about our show. So don't forget to like, subscribe, and comment. I think we're going to have fun with this topic because I think it's always present. Like money is always present between two people getting together and try to get shit done and live, I guess. So the topic of our show today is, should you believe a woman when she says it's okay you make less money than me?
What is that for?
Well, because, because I think I said it and I didn't quite even believe myself when I said it. I'm gonna ask, what do you think? Should men believe women or their potential partner that, when they say, oh, it's okay if you make less money than me?
I feel like this is like a multi-part answer. So
Okay.
I'll start with this.
There's no one answer.
Right.
Okay.
It depends on what stage of life the person's in. So
okay.
If I'm in my 20s, probably it's not going to make a difference. As I get into my 30s, I'm going to want you to be able to pay your bills, right? And then when I get into my 40s, yeah, I'm probably going to want you. I'm in a different type of field, so I'm fortunate to, do pretty well. So it's not like I expect my husband to, especially from where we grew up, like where we came up together so far in the last 10 years, to make as much as me. He actually does now, but when we first were dating, he wasn't.
Yeah.
So I put it at, I guess it depends what stage of life I'm in. There it goes again. And and if somebody's in their 50s or their 60s, even maybe somebody's retired and the other person's still working. So then they're not, maybe the husband's not bringing as much in as the other person. But I want you to be able to bring in enough to take care of your portion of the bills.
Right.
In my opinion.
Yes.
Yeah, that's how I see it. But you know what? Also, times are changing because there's families out there now that the wife is out in the workforce and the husband stays at home. And
so if they're not necessarily making money, but they're helping to save money.
Yes, and contribute.
Kids don't go to daycare, they save money. Yes.
Yeah. I'd have to say that would be my biggest thing, right? Like if you're not making the income, you better be doing the damn laundry, or you better be able to contribute physically. Yes, in the household.
Yeah. What about me?
Yeah. I kind of already know the answer.
So I'm remembering when you and Brett first got together. I mean, he was finishing up his doctorate.
Yeah.
And he was going to school full time and he was working full time. So there's sometimes there's only so much not so much you can do, but you know, you, like you said, you are where you are with a master's degree, you're at a
Right.
position making X amount of money. And then you hope that with your PhD, you get that position that's going to land you there. So
Right.
I guess part of the question is, you know, I would say don't fully believe a woman who says it's okay you're making less money than me, because she's gonna also want to know, she's gonna want to know, like you said, how are you gonna make up for not making as much or more than me? A woman will always want to feel like she's been taken care of. And part of that means money.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like, take me out, pay for dinner. I was watching a show last night, Love is Blind. And you know, if people don't know what the show is, you meet somebody, there's a wall, you don't know what they look like, you fall in love, you propose, and then you finally see the person, they go on a honeymoon, they get clothes, blah, 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 and then they go back to their place. And now they're starting to have, if you haven't, they're starting to have real conversations about life. So this one gal asked her fiance of like a week and a half, and she's like, so you know, what's your philosophy about money and where you're at with money? And she's talking about, she's got a brand new house, it's going under construction, she already has $25,000 saved in her account because she is already planning for if something happens and needs to be fixed, she's ready for that. She's already ready. She was like, this falls through and breaks, I'm already covered. So she asked dude, she said, so when we go out to eat, you know, what's your philosophy? What's your philosophy? He goes, well, he said, I believe in half and half. He says, I believe in splitting stuff half and half.
No.
And she was like, dinners too? He goes, well, yeah, we both throw down a credit card. And they're married, like they're about to be married, they're engaged. And he's like, no, we both throw down a credit card and we go halfsies on dinner. So women still want to be taken care of from a financial perspective. So my thinking is, don't fully believe a woman who says that.
Mhm.
You're gonna have to make up for it in some way, shape, or form.
Yeah.
Or talk about a plan that it's not always going to be like that, or you're showing that whatever job you have somehow helps to save money at the same time, and that might be more like you're a stay-at-home dad or kind of thing.
Can I already tell you, I already know what the men that are listening to this are going to say to that. I'm just saying.
Say to what?
To that, to women want men to make more money to them and take care of them. I already know men are going to say, in my opinion, what I think they're going to say is, well, what's the point? You know, women want their independence and they want to be, you know, be thought of as equal and blah, 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 is what I think the guys are going to say. Guys, you can go ahead and comment down below. I'd love to hear your opinion. However, I think you are going to say that.
Mm-hmm.
What would your response be to what is your response for guys who we know are going to mention that?
For me, it's security. Like being taken care of is also security. I make good money. I don't need somebody to pay things for me. But it's nice that I go out with my guy and he pays for dinner.
Yeah.
Right? Like we're hanging out, whatever, you're hanging out at my house. I'm cooking at home, or I'm doing a food platter or something. And when we go out to eat, pay for dinner, pay for lunch. So security shows up for me. Well, I would respond with, it's security. It's security. It's being taken care of. It's what's the word? chivalry. It's you know, I'm your lady. Treat
Yeah.
me
Yeah.
to dinner.
Yeah.
So so it's so this would come up for a woman who makes like okay salary, and it would also come up for a woman who makes good money.
So what's interesting, this is just what's coming to mind, because you remember how um when you're dating and stuff, this is just how I remember some things happening, not everything, but basically somebody takes you to dinner and they have expectation after dinner because they paid for it. So
Mm.
do you think there would be a different like what would the listen, I guess if I'm paying half of dinner, I better be what do we get out of it if we're paying half versus, when I'm not really sure I'm explaining that my thought process right, but I mean, it's not like I'm going to be like, I better get some D if I'm paying for half of this. No, if I'm paying for half of this dinner, especially if we're dating, right? If I'm paying for half of this dinner, I'm going home by myself to watch Netflix and chill
Yeah,
by myself.
and
There's not going to be an invitation, in my opinion.
you know what I'm gonna do?
What?
I'm gonna block your phone number.
Yeah.
Why am
Yeah.
I paying for dinner? Why?
Yeah.
I'm not paying for dinner. I'm not doing that. Now, if it's a special occasion, it's his birthday, or good news from the job,
Yeah.
or whatever. I feel like treating him, I will treat him.
Yeah.
I will do that. I have no problem doing that. I treat you at home
Yeah.
in other ways. Wink, wink.
Do you,
But yeah, no, if I'm dating somebody with, especially if we're just getting started and you're asking me to pay half, not happening. And I think it's troublesome when we're together. I want to go back to one of the episodes we had. I forget which one it was, but you were talking about like setting expectations. So if we're first
early.
getting started to date and I am throwing my card down
Mm-hmm.
and I am kind of saying I'm okay paying half,
Right.
don't be surprised if dude's like, well, where's your card? Yes,
Yeah.
they're
Yeah.
gonna
Oh, yeah. Yeah. Do you think if a guy knows that you're making more money than him, there is an expectation that you pay more?
I have no idea. But I was with someone before and they weren't making much, but we came up with uh, a plan for, like you said, how he would contribute to the house. We were living together at the time, how he would contribute to the house. So, and it worked. And I was fine with that. I also dated somebody who I don't know how much she was making. We never got into like how much she was making, but I saw how he spent his money
Mm.
and I didn't like that.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
did not like that. So, say for example, he was making less money than me. You have to me, and we're dating and we have other responsibilities. I'm watching how you're spending your money.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like, how are you prioritizing your expenses? You're buying a brand new car to keep up with the Joneses,
Oh
and
my
you don't
God.
even make enough money and you can't even keep up with your business.
Right. Right. Right.
You have no business spending your money that way when you are seeing me as a potential partner.
Yeah. Would you think that would be different if you were married? Because you said, well, I guess you wouldn't, I don't think you would probably be with somebody if they weren't fiscally responsible with their money.
No, I that's not security for me.
Right. Yeah.
Because I could come to a point where, and this is the same for him, right? I if you're already showing, if you're making less money than me and you're showing me that you're not fiscally responsible for what you make,
Right.
one day I might be, and I can't for X amount of time. or
Right.
I have to take a leave or whatever. I'm not going to feel secure that if that day comes and we're partners,
Yeah.
I don't feel comfortable with that.
Yeah. Yeah. Which brings up a good point is, what if, you guys are married and they get fired for, doesn't really matter the reason, just because layoffs happen, all the time, not because of something they did.
Yeah.
Would it bother you then at that point?
I would hope that we had set financial goals for that potential day where
Right.
one of us, where he gets laid off and doesn't make that money anymore. So I
Right.
would hope that we make plans and we can be sustained for a while, and he looks for another job and finds another job
Quickly. I'm sorry.
quickly. If I need to hold it up for a little while, I'll do it.
Yeah.
But we have to be aligned with that, because shit does happen.
Yeah.
I've seen it. I mean, shit happens. Yeah, for me it's like it's security. For a woman, it's security. When she's
For sure.
asking, when she's interested in how much do you make.
Yeah.
And if for me, it's, well, where does your money go? Because you could make good money, but where does your money go?
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, there are instances, well, let's say they make less than you, but their whole paycheck's going to all the house bills and stuff. Okay. I don't see anything wrong with that. Keep a little bit for yourself, but I don't see that I so that's what I kind of go a little bit back and forth on that. I hate to waver. I'm sorry about wavering on that. I ideally want somebody to make more than me. Um, and also sometimes it also pushes me in my business too for that, because that's the competition. It's the competition.
It's so consistent.
I'm getting better. But if you make less than me, but you're paying most of the bills, okay. I'm okay with that. And then my money could be fun money for me and sometimes you. I'm joking-ish, right?
No, you're joking-ish.
I'm joking-ish. I'm joking-ish. Yeah. Yeah. You thinking about it?
It's not, compromise is not the right word. It's negotiating.
Yes. Yeah.
It's negotiating. You both have to live. You both have to make the bills. If kids are involved, that's something else.
Yes.
If not, there's some things that you both, I like to travel. I want to travel. I need to travel.
Now, if you're a man made less than you and he paid all the bills, would you pay for travel?
Yeah, I would.
Mm-hmm.
I would. And travels they don't cost the same all the time. Like if I travel to Mexico, it'll be less than traveling to Switzerland.
Yeah.
So running the numbers, I'll still ask, hey, do you feel comfortable contributing to this trip? It's only $1,000 each, which is cheap.
So you would have them. So you wouldn't take.
I would inquire. I would ask, like, hey, Mexico's right there. It's not far. It's not as expensive as going to Switzerland.
Yeah.
That's money. So I would ask, like, are you comfortable? Are you able to? And then I can gauge. Okay, do we still go? What does my money look like? Because shit happens on my end too. As you can tell, the last couple months been financially rough for me. But
you've been a blessing to others. So come on now.
Yes, I know. So negotiating would be is important.
Right.
That's what I did with dude I was living with.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah.
Show me your expenses. Show me how much you bring in. And I showed him how much I bring in and where my money goes. And we were like, food, rent,
Yeah.
And that was about it, really. Everything else was separate.
Yeah. Yeah. Mhm. Yeah, so I also go back again. I think it depends what stage of life the person's in. Also would depend if they have potential to make more. So let's say they just started out a business on their own, but they have a potential to outpace you. Okay, I could work with that. I can work with that.
Which means for the moment,
Yeah.
you more or you pay more of the bills,
Yeah.
the
Yeah.
travels.
Yeah.
Again, it's negotiating, it's planning, it's
Yeah.
setting goals. Because you could say, I'm gonna have a business in 5 years, but you ain't doing shit to get that business in 5 years.
True. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Goals, negotiation,
Yeah.
where we at, check-ins. We mentioned check-ins in other
Yeah.
contexts, check-ins, where we at.
Yeah.
Um, yeah.
Yeah. Ultimately, ladies, it's up to you. You know, if you decide what's best for you, what works well for you. I think for Karina and I, at our stage in life, we see things a little bit different. You know, you and I are on the same page, but um, there are circumstances. I think the bottom line is if you make less, just be good with your money. Just be
Yeah,
responsible
pretty
with your,
much. Yes, be
yeah.
responsible and be honest about it, because you got to talk about money.
Yeah.
You got to how much you share when you get together. That's one question, because I don't know how much I want to share about my salary when I first meet someone.
Right.
But if you stay in a relationship with someone, or you keep seeing this person and it turns into a relationship, then you have to have that conversation of, hey, this is where I work, you know where I work, and this is how much I make,
Right.
especially if you're talking about moving in together,
Yeah.
and have a frank conversation about what you can and cannot pay.
Yes. Be honest about it.
Yes, I always ask people I date with, hey, what's your relationship with your money? Like, how do you view money?
Yeah.
I want to hear about credit. Do you have credit cards? If you do,
Yeah.
how many?
Mhm.
and sometimes there was one guy I was kicking it with, and he was like, yeah, I have credit cards, but I pay it right away.
Oh,
As
that's
soon as I
good.
get the bill, I pay it right away. There's
Good.
never a balance on my credit card. I'm like, noted.
Yeah.
And then ladies, be honest. Be honest.
Yeah.
Are you comfortable with your guy making less money than you?
Hmm.
If you're not, you better say something.
See something, do something, say something. I think too, it's very nice that women are in a position nowadays to make more and more women are in a position to make more money
Yeah,
than men.
no, we are, but we still want security. We still
Yeah.
want our guy to make more money than us, or at least around the same ballpark.
Yeah. Yes. And I'm okay, like I said, we've talked about where Brett was very honest about what he could afford and what he couldn't afford when we first started dating, and that was fine. Um, I one thing I always knew about him is he's always going to have a job, and he's always going to have multiple jobs because he's like a Jamaican, right? Like he's going to,
As he lectures everywhere.
yeah, true, exactly. He's always going to, and he likes money. He doesn't and at least luckily he's responsible with it, which I'm glad. So, all right. Well, I feel like we beat that topic up.
Yeah, we're good.
Okay.
Yeah.
Everyone, thank you guys so much for listening, for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. If there's a topic you guys want us to talk about, please give us a shout out, let us know. Or if you disagree with what we're talking about, let us know too. I guess we can accept it all,
I
but
guess.
it's just our view, our opinion. So if you don't like it, I'm sorry. Listen to the next
It's
episode.
your perspective.
It is your perspective. That's correct. So we hope you guys have a great day. We'll talk to you soon. Bye.